Alright gang, welcome back to our FS25 challenge here on Zielonka. It is now June, rain is in the forecast. We're going to do everything we can here to try to get rid of all the rain. Well, I say get rid of all the rain. What I mean by that is, I don't mean get rid of the rain, I mean try to complete the actual harvest itself before the rain gets here. Actually, I'd like to get rid of the rain in this instance, but I'm not sure we're going to get it done in time, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see what happens and hope for the best here. We are dropping straw, as you can see. We want to go ahead and make those bales yet again, just so we have a little bit of extra income. And I'm still dealing with and having the issue here on the bottom of the screen. It's like a flickering issue. It happened ever since the latest update from Giants for Farming Simulator 25. There it is happening right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably can see it pretty well based off of what I'm looking at in OBS. There's not really an easy way to get rid of it. If you do this a little bit every once in a while, you can kind of trick it for a little while, but then it's going to come back. So there you go, it went away. So I really don't know what the problem is. It's clearly something to do with the rendering, but I don't know for sure what happened with the recent update, but that is what I'm dealing with on console. So I apologize. I'm going to do everything I can to try to minimize that for you, but it is still there and apparent, and it is very annoying. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Today's gonna be a big day. We got this harvest, obviously, right? And it's oats, so again, oats not gonna be good to sell right now. It's probably gonna be pretty terrible, actually. So I'm not sure what we'll do with it. I don't know if we'll buy a small silo, or maybe we just store it underneath the shed. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out as we move along here, but nonetheless, I do know for a fact we probably will not be selling it. But that's okay. Let's save it for when it's best, right? Up to $12,818, which is not too bad. We are making a decent amount of money every month now with all of the greenhouses that we currently have. We will take a look at those a little bit later on today. We'll probably, you know, fill them up with some water, etc., etc. If I get close, normally like this, it's a little bit less apparent. It's still there. I can still see it. I don't know if you can or not, but it seems to be less apparent if you're closer versus being farther away. For whatever reason, when you're far away, the rendering is pretty bad at the bottom of the screen there. I mean, maybe you didn't, I don't know. I mean, OBS looks like it's pretty prominent, but maybe you don't notice it if I don't point it out to you, but it's driving me insane. So I'm hoping that there's an update here very soon to fix this. We're going to need some gas here for the harvester at some point. We probably will be able to get the rest of this field harvested, though. But by the time we do another harvest, whether it's a contract or our field itself, whichever it may be, we will certainly need to get some gas for it. Oh, man, look at that. That is terrible. Oh, my gosh. Now, if you're wondering, well, Z, maybe it's just you. Maybe it's your Xbox or your connection or whatever. Well, it's not. I've played other games. Dynasty Warriors Origins I'm playing on my other channel right now. I also just tried popping in some other games that I've had for a long time that I've never done that, like Halo Wars and other random games. I tried 3 different games, counting the Dynasty Warriors Origins, besides Farming Simulator. And none of them, not a single one, had this issue. It's literally only Farming Simulator. I don't know for a fact if anybody else is having this same issue. I know a lot of people were having issues with the game crashing on them. That's only happened to me one time so far, luckily. Knock on wood. But I'm having this little rendering thing at the bottom of the screen issue. So not much I can do about it, though, gang. I'm just stuck. I'm going to turn on the steering assist here for a second when we get up here to the other end here. Just to try to speed this up a little bit better, right? Make sure we're hitting the right stuff. All right, there we go. Nice. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I've been working on off camera a little bit, and I just did a video for my members recently for January. Their January special. I do a video every month for them as a bonus. And while I was working through it, I'm working through a new challenge. It will probably be taking the place of the Farm Maze challenge whenever that is complete. It's going to be a bit. It's not anytime soon. It'll probably be a month or two. But we are getting closer on that series to ending it, so I like to plan things out well in advance if I can help it. Doesn't always happen, but it's what I like to do, right? If I can. So I've been working on that. I think it's going to be a very exciting series to watch. I hope that you'll stay tuned and check it out when it does happen. I'm not going to give a whole lot away there, but it is going to be a very difficult challenge. So some of you who have been less than pleased than saying that my challenges are not as difficult as they should be, which I know it's only a handful of you, but still, it's some people. So there's something clearly I'm not doing right for everyone. Can never please everybody, I get that, but if I can try to make it a little bit more difficult and make somebody else a little bit happier, then I'm going to attempt to do it. But it will be a very, very complex, difficult challenge, to say the least. Now, I was talking about my members, right? I want to do a brief shout out to all of them really quick, so if you'll bear with me for a second here. I've got a number of members now, which is great. Matthew Nee was my original member. He's been here for 8 months now, which is insane. Same as Frog RJB, 8 months. He joined like a couple of days after. You guys are amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support. Dan is at 3 months. Bandit Farms is at 3 months. Ryan Jackson is also at 3 months. Tony, 1 month. Thank you, man, for the 1 month. I appreciate it. We've got Gorlin. He's hit 1 month almost. He's just short of 1 month, actually, at the time of this video. So thank you for the near 1 month. I appreciate it. Farming Pop, same thing. Very nearly 1 month. DX Shade, also 22 days at the time of the recording. He's going to be about 25 by the time the video comes out. Same with S Seasoned Gamer and then the Sheriff. All around that same amount, so just under a month. So thank you all very, 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 very much. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Now, if you happen to be interested in becoming a member or wondering what you get as a perk, well, you get access to this video and other videos early. You also get your name at the end credits, and you'll get a bonus members-only video that I do once a month for you. Now, that members video will be kind of a rotation of a lot of different things. It could be a series, which we have, or it may be, like I was just talking about, when we're trying to kind of sort out or work out or plan out the next challenge. You get full access to where my mind's at, what I'm thinking. It's just kind of a brain dump, as Tony liked to call it, a brain dump of random stuff and what I'm thinking and how I'm going to make it work. And then you'll get input into it. And if, you know, whatever you come up with, if it makes a whole lot of sense to add to it, we're going to do it. So a bit of a shameless plug there, but I wanted to thank my members because it is now February. This should be, well, hopefully I didn't screw this up, but this should come out on February 1st, I think, this video. You also may notice I've made some minor changes to the thumbnails. I guess it was a little bit more than a minor change, but I've made some changes to the thumbnails. I liked what I did for a while, but it just wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't feel sufficient to me. So it's gone down back to more like a minimalist type which is what I like anyway. So I've just made some minor modifications to it just to try to make it a little better. See a little bit more of the thumbnail too. Less busy, I guess I should call it. So, was it going to make a difference? No, not really. It's not going to probably make a difference for you watching the video. More than likely, if you watched my other video, you're going to watch this one. It's probably not going to really make that big of a difference. But for me personally, I think it's going to help me feel a little bit better about them, the way they look. All right, so we talked about thanking our members and working towards, in the next month or two, a new series that'll be coming out. We talked about the thumbnail changes. I did brief changes, but changes nonetheless. I'll probably go back and change all of them, honestly, just to make them all cohesive. Oh, way to keep talking, Z, and not pay attention. Way to go, buddy. I just killed some crop. Oh, well, it's not that much. It's fine. Problem is we don't really have a big trailer, right? And since we expanded that field, this is the first time we've really harvested the field since we've expanded it. We're getting a lot more out of it, which is great. I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. Oh my gosh, man, that is killing me. I can't stand it. But we really don't have, the ability to really hold on to this stuff unless we buy a silo. We kind of have to sell it. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's do a quick save first of all. Let's see what oat looks like. If it's not terrible, then I don't know why I'm even talking about this. We can just go ahead and sell it. If it's only a couple hundred off, who cares, right? Who cares? June. Okay, June is actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be atrocious. It's really not that bad. So we're going to get $738 at the farmer's market. It's dropping. It means $130-ish less than what you would get if we were to wait. I don't think that's a terrible price. I mean, I would obviously love to have the extra $130 per 1,000 liters. But we're probably only going to be losing around probably $800 to $900, maybe $1,000, I would think. I guess we'll see. We'll see how much we have when we're done here. I guess we'll see how many liters we have of oat. We got to get going here again, heavy on putting in some more greenhouses so we can make some more money, man. I know something we haven't talked about yet. So, recently I've been mentioning how you have to start over because you have to do 3 different farms on this series, right? This series, you have to make 3 different farms that do all different things. I started the greenhouse farm. So the next one I'm going to do, it's not necessarily that I can't have a greenhouse on it, but it won't be a greenhouse farm. It'll be something else, right? Whether it's just a normal cereal crop farm, or it's a carrot farm, or root crop farm, whatever it is, right? It's something else, right? So, based off of that, right? My initial understanding, and I was evidently corrected by one of you, so thank you very much for making that comment. My understanding was that when you move to the next farm, when you start farm 2, you had to start with all new equipment, with the exception of maybe like a truck or something, obviously, to drive there, right, to get there. But any of the equipment or the vehicles or anything you use over there has to be completely separate from this farm. Meaning, when I wanted to start farm 2, right, I eventually, like I've mentioned before, this field here that we're harvesting is going to be a just greenhouses and stuff, right? So we wouldn't really need this harvester on this farm anymore. So I was going to sell it and then just have to buy another one, right, for the other farm. Because obviously the only thing that's shared between the 2 farms, that my understanding is the money. However, evidently Northern Farm Sim has went and asked Rusty, and Rusty said you can use equipment from all the farms on any farm you want to, which I swear and I haven't watched the video yet, but I haven't rewatched the video yet, I should say. But I swear his setup video was stating that you couldn't do that. So maybe he shifted gears, maybe as we've gone along here and saw, you know, the difficulty or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I swore that you were not allowed to do that. So the question now becomes, since I've always expected it to be that way, do we stick with the initial thought of I have to buy new equipment and I cannot utilize the same equipment on this farm that I have for another farm? Since this is supposed to be a series that's going to run, you know, until the next Farming Simulator game releases, which is going to be years and years from now, right? I'm kind of leaning towards sticking with what my initial thought was. But what do all of you think? What do you guys think I should do? Do you think I should stick with that approach of, I've got this harvester here, I'm not going to be able to utilize this harvester on another farm that we have. I have to buy a new harvester. I can sell this one, certainly, but I have to buy a new harvester or a new piece of, or new tractor, whatever. I can't use that tractor. I can't use any of the stuff that we've accumulated over time on the other farms. Or do you think I should be allowed, or in this series, I guess specifically, do you want me to just go ahead and utilize this equipment on another farm instead? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm very interested to see what all of you think. I know for a fact what the handful of you that think my challenges aren't difficult enough are going to say, but I want to know what everybody else thinks. So we'll just do whatever the popular vote is. All right? We'll do whatever the popular vote is down there, down in the comments. Now, having said that, we're nowhere near a point where we're going to be starting Farm 2 yet. But the real true reason why I thought doing the greenhouse was going to be a good start, and obviously in hindsight, we know now it probably wasn't the best idea, but the reason why I wanted to do it, the reason why I thought it was going to be a smart move, is because we'd have the income from the greenhouses coming in constantly, right? Okay, so this is full. So we have 10,681 liters. So basically we'd lose $1,000, a little over $1,000. Probably like $1,100–1,200. I mean, we're not going to be able to sell it until January if we don't do it now. We'll go sell it. We'll go sell it. We could use the money anyway. We could probably get another greenhouse with it. We could use the money. So we'll go sell this. Then we'll come back up here and we'll work on getting some bales going. I don't know what the price for straw bales are right now, but we can look at that as well. Not great, but I mean, it doesn't really fluctuate that much. It's at 38 right now, 48, so $10 less. So again, probably sell that too. Oh, better turn the beacons on. Forgot to turn the beacons on. Alright, we are pulling up here. Let's see what we get for 8,000 liters of oat. I would just love to be able to get to a point where we can buy another greenhouse. I don't think we're going to get there, but I would love to be able to say that we're going to get there. We can get a medium-sized greenhouse. $5,889. So I guess that's better than none, right? Getting a medium-sized greenhouse is better than none. Not really paying attention, driving by here, seeing if I see any apples or anything. I don't think we're gonna find any more. This is a road we travel often, but then after saying that, in the last episode, there was an apple literally sitting right there. Right at the shop, and how many times have we driven past that shop? Hundreds. We didn't even see it. There's probably something in there, right? In that area in there. There's more than... It has to be something in there, I would think. But we're not going to spend the time looking for it today. We've got enough to do today. All right, we'll unload the rest here. I'm going to take a quick brief run around here since we found one at the shop. I doubt there's one here, but since we found one at the shop, now I want to make sure that there's none here either. And that flickering glitch thing is really, really annoying. Yeah, there ain't nothing here. Nothing, unless they're in the flower beds. Nope, nothing. Okay, well, worth a shot. I don't know how tricky they're going to be with some of these. We're good on gas. Okay, I don't have to worry about that then. We'll go this way. That's just wood. Oh, I just saw one. $38 more. Good Lord, there's so many of them. That's still not going to get us to 36,000 to be able to get a big one, but that's okay. Is that an apple? Or am I seeing shit? Now I'm just seeing things, I think. That's not an apple. I'm just seeing stuff. Alright, well, I will head back here, gang. I doubt I'll find another one, because I don't know, I just don't think I will. But you never know, I guess. Maybe I will, but I'll head back and I will see you at the farm and we'll get the baler out and we'll start baling up all of that straw, right? Alright, we are nearly done here, gang. We just got this little pass right here, and we're done. Decent amount of bales out of this. We did miss a couple spots, and I'm going to try to touch up a few of them, but I'm not going to hit them all. Just see if we can get to another 100% here. There was a spot over here somewhere, I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't see it now. There was one right there. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get there. There's just not enough out here, unfortunately. Even if that little spot we just passed there, it still wouldn't have been enough to get us to 100%. So we'll just hold on to it. Put it away. Might be time for us to upgrade this, potentially, but I don't know. Considering this is not really the main objective, right? It's just another objective to provide us with some extra income. Perhaps we don't. It is going to take me an eternity to pick all these up, though, so that's going to be a fun task for me to do, probably mostly off camera. It's not going to be the most exciting thing watching me just pick up bales and huck them up in here. Not the most exciting thing to watch, for sure. But gotta be done. It's money. I'll do a couple of them, and then we'll probably cut off camera. Actually, you know what? We might put down the greenhouse first before we do that. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to. Just gonna stop this right here. Need to top them all off with some water as well. 26,000, so we'll just get a medium-sized one. I think I'll stick with the mushrooms, honestly. They can continue to make us... Oh my gosh. They can continue to make us some decent money. Ooh, there's a nice Mack truck out here. But I don't need the cab. There's no way. But still, 44, no. We're not buying that. Still nice. It would be nice to have it, but we're not buying that. What I might end up doing here is the hydroponic. I would have to buy some fertilizer to make this work, but the hydroponic is going to make a lot more money for us in the long run. Man, that glitch is terrible. And we'd be able to put 2 of those in right now. I'm not going to be spawning any of this anyway. We're either just going to be auto-selling it or we're going to be distributing it anyway. So it doesn't really matter to me. Okay. We got 2 of them down. I'm pretty happy with that. We got 2 regulars and 2 hydroponics. Those hydroponics are going to bump up everything quickly. We probably will only be, well, I say only, but we're going to be running. They can't run everything we need, right? Because we need the Napa cabbage, we need the chili peppers, the garlic, and the spring onion. They can only do the. Oh, that's kind of floating in the air a little bit there, isn't it? Ooh. Well, nothing I can do about it now, I guess. A little unfortunate. It's not really what I wanted. But they can only do, I think, the peppers and the Napa. I think that's all they can do. And we've got so many greenhouses now, it's hard to keep track of them all here. Yeah, so what we're going to do then, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to deactivate this. I'm going to put that on selling. Same here. We're going to deactivate that and put it on selling. And this will be Napa cabbage distributing. And we're going to do the same thing here, distributing. We're going to put both of them on a cabbage. Whenever we need some more chili peppers, if we do need more chili peppers, we can always flip them over. But these will just be on... Let me just make sure I have them all set up properly. I want to put them back on distributing. I don't think we necessarily need a bunch of them there. Okay. Activate all of those for a reason that wasn't activated. I don't know why. Okay. And this is activated. We need water and liquid fertilizer. That's fine. We can get that. That's not a problem. Okay, perfect. Should be good there. Okay. Now the final thing we're going to do today... Well, I say the final thing we're going to do today. We have more than just that. I don't know why I said the final thing we're going to do today. Ignore that I just said the final thing we're going to do today, because it's not the final thing we're going to do today. Ignore that completely. You didn't hear that. We want this. Game's freezing up a little bit. Multi-fruit buying station. This is what we want. We have this in all the other series. We're going to be having it in every series. There's just never going to change. This is just going to be here. I kind of want to put it in an area... Oh my gosh. Stop with the glitching or the flickering, whatever. I kind of want to put this in an area where, you know, like here would be make sense, I think, but I'm afraid it might cause some issues a little bit. I don't know for sure, but I'm afraid it might cause some ground issues. It actually seems like it's okay. Seems like it's okay. Alright, perfect. So now we have that. So, now it's not the most ideal situation right now, and eventually we probably will, you know, try something different, but we now should be able to utilize this same tanker to put in liquid fertilizer with it as well. In the real life, in the real world, you would never want to do that, or if you did, you'd have to really make sure you cleaned out this tanker when you were ready to put in fertilizer, right? But we're in Farming Simulator and it's a game. Now, the one thing I didn't really think about before is I'm going to have to leave a bit of a path here so I can drive here and put liquid fertilizer in, because I forgot the tanks on the backside of those. Not the most ideal situation. But we'll make it work. We'll make do. We'll make do. We'll figure out a way to make it work. We always do. Looked like a lot of our greenhouses needed some water, so this is probably good that we did this. I thought we topped them up in the last episode, but perhaps we didn't. I don't know. Probably going to take us a lot of trips to get that working, but let's just make sure that I can put... I'm pretty sure I can, but let's make sure I can put fertilizer in here. Liquid fertilizer, I should say. Oh, I cannot. I can only put water in. Oh. Well, that's a bit of a problem there, isn't it? That's a bit of a problem. Alright, well, that just means we're going to have to get those pallet forks out and carry over the pallet of liquid fertilizer that we have. It's not going to be enough. We're going to have to get more. We don't have a whole lot of money to spend. We only got 4,387, so may not really be able to get these things going to their full effect, at least in this episode. We might have to wait till we're able to make some more money. All right, this is going to take me a while to fill these up. Let me fill these up with some water. I'll be back with you. All right, gang. I got all the water I could in over there. We're just finishing up here the smaller ones on the side here. They're probably not going to take much, but perhaps a little bit here and there. Okay, that was weird. I wonder why it had me pop it back up again. Must be a far enough distance between them that it doesn't really register that it... Okay, well anyway, we're done there. Now you might also notice something. It might also look a little bit better. Maybe it looks worse, I don't know. I think it looks significantly better. I went into the settings since the most recent update. They actually gave us more settings. And I kind of buffed up or upped the quality and the distance. You know, the field of view distance, basically. And I think it looks a lot better. It seems to mostly have gotten rid of the flickering as well. So... If you're on console and having that same issue that I was having, maybe go out to the main menu, go to options, and then go down to your field of view, and then just the quality, and bump up the performance there. So long as, you know, your console is strong enough to do it. I'm on a Series X, so it's one of the most powerful ones out there right now. So certainly there are PCs way more powerful. I'm not trying to imply that it's more powerful than a PC, but from a console perspective, it's one of the higher ones. So... give that a shot. Maybe it'll help you. It might be a little hard getting used to, but I think it looks better. I mean, I can see things further in a distance. It's not just all blurred out really close to us, and it seems to be running fine. So we're going to continue on with that path, and if it gets worse for whatever reason, we can always go back out and change it. So admittedly, I'm doing this part of the episode on another day. I ran out of time last night when I was working on it, so... doing this on another day. So far, I'm not seeing any major issues with the flickering anymore, though, so that's really the main goal of what I was trying to attempt. I'm like, you know what? What if I expand the field of view and I bump up the settings on the quality? And that seems to have done the trick, so I don't know if it was just the field of view issue with the most recent update or what it is, but... that flickering, I guess, could still be here, but since we've expanded the field of view so far, that maybe it's just far enough away that we're not noticing it. Who knows? In any case, I will carry on here, gang. I'm going to continue to get these things filled up here. Oh, I almost missed one. Or I threw it over the edge, one of the two. I'll continue getting this thing filled up with all these bales. It is starting to rain, as you can see. It's a very, very light rain right now, but it's going to get worse. So I'll continue picking all these suckers up, and when we have a full trailer load, or as many as I can fit in here without them coming out of the trailer, we'll go and sell them. And we'll kind of go from there. So I'll be back with you guys shortly when this is all said and done. Well, I sold them all before I was able to hit the start recording button, but we got $705 out of that. Not too bad. So it'll probably be another around $700. I think we have about the same amount still remaining to pick up. But we'll see. It's a huge increase to the quality, I think. Now that I've been able to drive around a little bit and get a little bit closer to some more buildings, things that's a little bit more difficult to render in, right? We actually might have 2 trips here. There's a lot of bales left, so I'll carry on here. Like I said, gang, I'll get all these bales in here, and I'll keep selling them, and then I'll be back with you when we get to the final sell, I guess is what we'll call it. Looks like we might have maxed out the production for all of the greenhouse, the kimchi stuff, the stuff we're sending over there for the kimchi, all the onions and the peppers and the cabbage and everything else. So we might turn all of that on selling. If we do that, we're actually going to probably make a good profit when the next hour eclipses. So we'll let it go for a little bit longer. We'll see how it looks here when we're done picking up all these bales, and then we'll probably do that. And then we're going to get the fertilizer out with the fork, and hopefully we'll be able to unload that into our greenhouses. Now we might have to do it a little bit, oh, how would you call it? I don't know the word I want to use here, but we'll have to do it a little bit sketchy, I guess. not really the word I'm looking for, but it'll do the trick. Where we're going to have to, you know, fill up probably our sprayer and then unload it so it comes out into a pallet, and then we can pick the pallet up with the forks and take it over there. Since our trailer does not accept fertilizer in it, which it is true, I did double check it, it does not accept fertilizer, so it's literally just a water tank. So we might have to go about it that way until we're able to upgrade that water tank. There is another one we can get. It's a little bit more expensive than the one we currently have. It's not crazy change, but it is more expensive. We can look to upgrading that, but the problem is if we were to do that now, it would pretty much take all of our money, and the loan and everything would put us into the negative. Well, more than likely. I mean, we have those greenhouses, right, which we're making money every hour, so maybe we wouldn't, but it still would put it a little bit too close for comfort for me, so I'm not really willing to consider that yet at this point. So let me get the rest of these picked up, and most of them sold, like I said, and then the last trip there, whatever it may be, I will show you where we got to money-wise. And hopefully I get it all done before 1600. If not, then it's probably going to be a little bit more than 5920 when, plus the 700 or whatever it is we get out of this when I get back with you, because you're going to have that sell point for all the mushrooms especially. All right, well, they were all picked up, gang. We're at 6939. We did eclipse 1600, so we gained a couple $100. Reason for it is I was driving, and I ran into this right here, which a lot of other things you can just drive right through, but this little post right here, I was going to solid 30, wouldn't let me. And I wish I was recording at that time, though, because we had an explosion of bales. They went flying in the air. One was stuck inside this tree here. I had to get on top of the tractor and lift it up and out of the actual tree itself. It was a mess. Would have been great content, great funny content to add into it, but I did not obviously have it on recording. So normally, well, not always, but a lot of the times I just edit out, right? I just record for a good long period of time and then edit out the parts that maybe are less exciting. But then every once in a while, occasionally, whenever I know I'm going to be going off camera for a long time, like is the case with this one, picking up these bales, I just stop the OBS recording. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, so 550. So we're at 7,490. It's actually not a terrible amount. It may be worth us considering buying that that trailer upgrade. Honestly, we probably should. It's going to be much easier than me trying to take a pallet over there every time we need to fill it up, which is probably going to be a lot. I think the biggest problem we're going to have, at least right now, initially up front here, is that we don't have a ton of money to buy more fertilizer, right? More liquid fertilizer, I should say. It shouldn't really be a problem in the long run, but since we spent a good chunk of money today, we really don't have a ton of money to play with. Tell you what, let's do this. So let's do, well, quick save first of all. Let's look at our machinery here. Let's look at specifically the tanker. Here we go, vehicles. It is worth 10,948. Actually, we're not going to be able to get it. So that just throws that out the window. We're not going to be able to get it. Because the one I'm looking at, I'll show it to you here. Give me just a second. Not miscellaneous. Here we go, barrels. 25,000. We only have like 17-ish. I mean, we'd obviously fix up the trailer, right? Repaint it and all that. So, but it'd still be 20-ish. We'd still be 5,000 short. So we're not gonna be able to do that today. But maybe in the future we can do that. Yeah, I forgot these pallet forks kind of got screwed up here in the last time. Let's see if we can flip them. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to or not. Might have to reset these guys. Here we go. Here we go. Keep going, Z. Keep going. Yes. Yes. I can go ahead and turn the lights off, the beacons off. We're not driving on the main road anymore. Alright, let's give this a shot. I don't know if this is going to work. If it doesn't work, well, I guess the hydroponic greenhouse is just going to sit there for a little while until we are able to get to a point where we can make it work. Oh, that's much faster. Didn't really mean to do that. No. No. Alright, let's get it realigned here, Z. Come on, buddy. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got this, baby. We got this. Here we go. Just don't go around the corners too fast, and it'll be okay. Everything will be fine. All right, let's see if this works. It may not work, honestly. It may not work. I've never really attempted this, I'm going to be honest with you. I do not think this is working. It is not working. Kind of what I was afraid of. I don't think there's any way for me to make it work either. No, there's no way for me to make that work. Okay, well, we're just going to have to wait then. They're just going to have to sit there and hang on for a while. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll have to wait till we're able to get that tanker. Let's put this away. Okay, so with all of that, the next thing we need to do is what I talked about, right? We need to look at this, and we need to look at the preserved food factory. It is pretty much maxed out on everything now, even the cabbage. We've got the spring onions in there, we've got the cabbage, the garlic, and the chili peppers, and they're pretty much all maxed. So in my eyes, at least for now, we're going to turn everything on to selling. Okay. These we're not even running right now, so there's even no point. So we're just gonna have everything on selling for now until, you know, until the preserved food factory can chew through this a little bit more. It is a very slow process, man. It is not. It's very slow, very, very slow. But anyway, we'll let that continue on. So we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Free. Helps me out more than you could possibly imagine. Thank you so much for the continued support to my members. And, yeah, in the next one, hopefully, we'll have a new trailer. And we'll be able to turn on the hydroponic greenhouses. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.